Would you like a sausage? Oh no, it fell on the floor. Here, have another one. Oh no, it fell on the floor again. Hello, you're listening to Pod 'em Up episode 69, and this month we're having a right old laugh with a game all the way from the north of England called Thank Goodness You're Here. Plus, we give our usual thorough review of the recent game announcements from Summer Games Fest. All that and more on Pod 'em Up. Thank Goodness You're Here is the game we're covering this month in episode 69 of the Pod 'em Up podcast. It also serves as the perfect greeting to you all.
It does.
Yeah, my name is Ollie and with me is Tibbs. Thank
Hello.
Goodness you're here, Tibbs.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here.
Otherwise I'd be doing it all on my own. That's no fun. Yeah. How you doing? I'm
alright.
Good.
You alright?
I'm okay actually, yeah. Been very busy lately, so
yeah.
We're a little bit late on this episode this time, but stuff going on. So have you managed to fit any gaming in?
Not a great deal. There's certainly nothing new. I've been playing through that Croc remaster.
Oh yeah.
Which have been quite good. It's not been bad. The only problem I've had with it, because obviously I'm playing it on the Steam Deck, it's not on Steam, as I said, it's on Good Old Games exclusive.
Oh yes, yes.
I've had to use the Heroic launcher, which is like a third-party program for installing Good Old Games and Epic Games titles onto the Steam Deck. Worked perfectly until an update came up a few days ago. It's broken everything.
No.
So I can't get the game to boot.
Oh man, is that the same for everyone or just you?
It seems to be just me. There doesn't seem to be any sort of major issues on the website or the Reddit reported. So, but the annoying thing is, because usually I would just think, oh wow, it's a pain in the arse. But what I'll do, I'll factory reset, install everything from scratch. Bit of a pain, but okay. Yeah. But because it's not native to Steam, it hasn't done there's no cloud backups of the saves. So I'm gonna have to
Oh god.
I've got to figure out where the files are for the saves and how to restore them and all. I just haven't had the time to do it really, so it's kind of put a pause on that really. So
that's a shame.
Yeah, it's quite annoying really. I played the demo of Stellar Blade.
Oh yes, because
that's got a PC release. It's a miracle that it runs on the Steam Deck at all, but it runs really well.
Oh, good. Really, they must have sort of optimised it quite a lot, I suppose.
Oh, so well optimised. It really is. It works fantastically well. So I played through the demo of that, and I really enjoyed that. Don't know if I enjoyed it enough to spend 60 quid on...
It's a bit of an ask.
You know, but...
That's the kind of thing that it'll go down. You'll see it for like 20 quid one day. I think you just pick it up then,
Yeah, that's just it's one of those games that'll just take a permanent slot on the wish list until it eventually comes down in the sale.
You get used to the price that they normally go down to.
Yeah.
When you do that, and then suddenly you'll see it go down to like half that. I think that's the time to buy.
Yeah, I've noticed it with I've had the Lollipop Chainsaw remake on the wish list for a while.
Me too.
And every now and then you get a notice saying, "Oh, it's on sale," and it's like. First time it's on sale, it's like £5 cheaper. And you think, nah. Then it's down to sort of £20. Then it's down to £15. So I'm just going to keep waiting. Once it hits that £10 mark,
it's like the stock market, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, other than that, I really haven't been playing that much. I can't. I've been playing through. I've been gone back to Hitman a bit. Been playing a bit of the old Hitman. A bit of Sonic 3 Air. But yeah, nothing particularly new or worthy of reporting on at the moment. I'm afraid it's
No,
just
that's
been
all right.
it's just been like you say, busy times.
Yeah, that's okay. I haven't got much either. I'm hoping this is not going to be too short an episode because I've got nothing in the news either.
Oh well, the Switch 2 came out, didn't it?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how much I can got to say about that since I don't have one. So
Oh.
it's going to be yeah. Anyway, we'll worry about that in a minute.
Yeah. So what you've been?
I played a tiny bit of Air Twister. This is Yu Suzuki's spiritual successor to Space Harrier, a rail shooter.
Oh, cool.
So it was on, I think it was on like Apple Arcade for a while. Now it's on Steam. It still feels like a bit of an app kind of thing, but it's it's pretty good. It has more in common with its ancestor than I was expecting actually, because it's very sort of arcade structure. I think you got 12 levels, but you can only do them straight through. If you die, then that's it. You have to go back to the beginning. So it's kind of old school in that way. But it's fun, it's just a fun little thing. Quite short levels, so it's doable. But I think I got to level 7 and then I died, and then I noticed the collectibles that you get, you can actually spend on upgrades to your health and stuff. So it's a bit of like a roguelite element to it, perhaps. So hopefully they can get further and further each time you do that. So that's quite nice. Got a soundtrack by a band called Valencia, who are sort of deliberately like Queen.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite a very sort of interesting sort of soundtrack.
I can say that seems like an odd choice for a soundtrack.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but it does that thing like Space Harrier where it's the same track in every level, but the track isn't as good as Space Harrier, so it gets a little bit kind of repetitive, actually, I would say. But some of the boss music's quite good. But yeah, it could do with a real banger. If you're going to do that, you need a banger like Space Harrier theme, don't you, to keep going? Yeah. So yeah, I played a little bit of that. Me and Alice played a little bit of A Short Hike. Have you ever played that?
Oh yeah, I played that.
It's a nice little game where you're just like, sort of an Animal Crossing style little character, and you're
little penguin guy, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little penguin girl, I think it is. Could be wrong. And she mostly played that to me. I just sort of watched, but she was having a great time with that. So that's a good one for kids. Yeah, I think you just sort of climb the mountain, and you got to have these little diversions and collect things on the way. Stuff like that. It's a very nice, peaceful, relaxing.
Yeah,
game.
it is. Yeah, really nice one. Nice, cozy game. I think they call them, don't they?
A cozy game, but yes, it's a whole genre in itself now. Cozy games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a good cozy one. I wanted to play that Star Fox 64 static recompilation.
Yeah.
But my controllers wouldn't work with it. So I didn't. I can probably get them to work, but I didn't spend too long on it. But I'd like to do that. And just before recording, I played through the Yuka Replay demo that came out today.
Oh, I've not seen that.
So Ukulele is being redone again in the form of Yuka Replay.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No.
No. Okay. Well, they've been doing it for a little while. So bit like a sort of Super Lucky's Tale approach. It's kind of like, but even more so, like just redoing the game basically.
Okay.
So it's really nice. It's a big improvement. It plays really nicely. It's sort of like a Nintendo quality style sort of platformer now. So yeah, I'd recommend checking that out. I think it comes out this year.
Yeah.
And it's been a few years since I played Ukulele, so I was struggling to remember the specifics. But I mean, there's a whole different bit at the beginning. I feel like there's a bit more of a sort of story element to it, and it just controls really nicely. I can't entirely remember how ukulele controls, but I think this feels better from what I can remember anyway.
So is it basically the same game, or have they added new?
It is structurally it is the same game. It's got the same sort of bones to it, but I think they've changed a lot of the challenges in it. Redone all the graphics and everything, and just made it all sparkly and new. And I think, because I'm trying to remember my criticisms of the original game, and I think a lot of these sort of Banjo-Kazooie style challenges, they were quite hard to find, and then they were quite hard to do, a lot of them, and I just sort of gave up on it. But I think they're just looking at everything, just making it as good as they can. So you don't quite get to a world where all that stuff goes on in the demo, unfortunately. You just sort of get do the build up. So you go through the Hivory Towers sort of hub world thing, and you kind of do a little thing, and there's a little mini game as well. But it's
it wasn't a bad looking game to begin with, was it?
No, it was a good looking game now, but obviously this is brings it up to date for a few years. But yeah, you can see it side by side, and you can see a big improvement. I think they had to sort of rush it out towards the end. I think because I was watching a few months ago. I was watching like some commentary behind some of the new stuff they're doing.
Oh, what, the original? Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they patched it and everything, but they could never quite get it just right. So it's just one of those sort of passion projects. I think they just wanted to have another stab at it, which you don't see a lot in gaming.
No.
Much, but it's quite a small team. It's mostly made up of the original Banjo-Kazooie Rare developers. So it's got all that spirit still in it. It's good. It looks good. I'm probably gonna get it when it comes out or soon after. So I think at one point they hinted that if you already own the original, you can get a slight discount for the new version.
Oh, cool.
To some extent, they hinted at it anyway. I'm not sure whether they're going to follow through with that or not, but hopefully. I don't know how that would work, but because it's not like an update to the old one; it's a whole new game. So, but hopefully they can figure something out, which would be quite nice. That's all I've got, really. I think. Just haven't had a lot of time for gaming this month, which seems to be the theme for every month that we've had recently.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say recent months it has been a bit like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to try next month. Well, I'm mostly just trying to finish the things I've already started this year, so I may not have much new to talk about. For a while,
tell you what, I did start playing Little Kitty Big City.
Oh yeah, again another one me and Alice played a couple of months ago, maybe. Nice little game, isn't it? Yeah,
it's quite good. Yeah, it's quite a fun little thing. There's not an awful lot I could say about it.
No, that's the thing. It's just a nice, fun another cozy game. Really, you're just a little cat, and it's not like fundamentally it's like Stray, I suppose, in that you control a cat, but it's the tone is much less serious.
Absolutely.
Tonally, it's completely different. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had a good little time with that. I haven't completed it yet, but
no.
Yeah, I put a few hours into it. That wasn't. Yeah, it's not too bad, but
it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, there's not a lot you can say about it in terms of discussion for the podcast. It's just you're a cat and you do cat things. But that's quite good. But yeah, other than that, it's been a dry month.
Yeah, I like the cat that runs the shop.
Yes.
He's like hanging out in the shop. He's called himself the mayor, I think.
The mayor.
Something like these pickle jars offend me. Get rid of them, please.
Yes.
Yeah, that was quite amusing. I like that. News. Well, let's see if we can straggle together some sort of news section, shall we?
Well, yeah. I mean, Switch 2 came out, obviously.
Switch 2 came out. We don't have one.
Haven't got one.
No.
I don't know how well it's been selling because there were some pictures on Twitter of shop shelves with lots of units still available to buy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. I saw that they were planning on putting out a lot of them to stop the scalping, which
it seems to have
perhaps
done the
has worked. Yes, maybe they've done too much.
Yeah, it's been reportedly hacked already.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Wow, that didn't take long, did it?
No, it's only a user mode hack, so it's not like full kernel level, but apparently, enough to get some basic homebrew sort of Hello World programs running on it.
Wow, I bet Nintendo are not happy with that.
Yeah, so I imagine that will be patched out pretty quick.
Yes.
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Have we talked about that?
We haven't talked about it. No.
What's your thoughts on that?
I like the look of it. It looks good. It looks like it's going to be quite fun. I like the idea that the world changes. Like you do one lap in a world and you go through a portal. You choose from two different portals, I think. And then you go to a whole other course and then back to the original again. I think that's quite a cool idea.
I like the idea of it until I don't think this is a confirmed rumour, but I heard that they were going to have SpongeBob in it.
Well,
I don't like that.
No, well, there's Summer Games Fest is going on at the moment, and I haven't seen the new trailer because for games that I'm probably going to buy, I now have a rule with first trailer only, because otherwise everything just gets ruined. Every trailer they just show way too much. And that goes for movies as well. I didn't watch the second trailers of Sonic 2 or 3 movies, and I think that was much better for it. But from what I've gathered, just snippets of it, they seem to be adding a lot of, like, there's a Minecraft DLC pack and like other Sega properties. So it seems to be one of those where they want to do the Smash Brothers of racing, almost, perhaps. Where they just chuck a load of random characters in. And I didn't like that in Transformed. Like, if you play the PC version of Transformed in particular, it's got loads of these weird people that I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Just in the course. I don't want to race against Sonic characters and some Sega characters. I don't want to race against some random YouTuber.
Yeah.
Who's got an avatar for some reason. And that's the same for brands that I don't care about. But it may be that those are DLC packs, so you can choose which ones you want, which would be the best way of doing it.
I suppose so. I just think with the concept of it, there's so many like characters they could pull from the wider Sonic,
Well,
universe.
to be fair, I think they are as well. I think it's got quite a large Sonic-based character base anyway. They're pulling them like the Babylon Rogues from the Sonic Riders and all sorts of people. I haven't seen any classic characters yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if they come in as well at some point.
There's no Porker Lewis. That's the problem.
There's no Porker Lewis. No. No.
I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but it's a deal breaker for me.
It's a deal breaker. You've got to have Porker in there. Yeah, bring back Porker.
I cancelled my pre-order, and I've torn my pre-order receipt into shreds, and I've posted it to Sega's head office.
Sega.
I haven't given them any explanation. They'll know. They'll know.
Oh no, we've got Tibbs' receipt. You know what that means? We need to add Porker Lewis in.
Get Porker Lewis.
We're not going to explain to anyone who doesn't know who Porker Lewis is. You'll just have to figure it out.
Everyone knows who Porker Lewis is. He's an icon. If anything, he's more famous than Sonic. I mean, at this point. But no, I think it does look. I think it looks all right. I think it looks better than the last Sonic racing game, which I played for about, I don't know, a few hours and then put on the shelf and never touched again. I love Sonic Transformed, Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. I really enjoyed that. I spent a lot of time with that. But the last one, was it Sonic Team Racing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Team Sonic Racing, yeah.
Team Sonic
it was all right. It was the team mechanic kind of worked, but it was also kind of frustrating as well. And it relied too much on older tracks from the previous games.
Yeah.
For me. And this one still has some of those older tracks, I think, but it's got a lot of new ones. It does look like it's got a new pulled from different Sonic games. Like there's a Sonic and the Secret Rings courses in there and things. So it's quite sort of deep cuts here and there that they haven't done before.
And the change, like you say, the changing of the tracks halfway through kind of thing. It makes me think of was it Ratchet and Clank? They did that one of the games they advertised for the when the PS6 was launched. It was like one of the launch games, and that has that same sort of thing where you can open a portal and jump through to like a completely different.
Oh yes. Sorry, I know what you mean now. Yes, the PS5 Ratchet and Clank. Rift Apart.
Rift Apart. That was it. PS5. PS5. Yeah.
Yes. Similar idea, but in racing.
Yeah. So that's quite cool. Did you see anything on the Summer Games Fest that was interesting?
I was just looking through, and I haven't really seen anything, to be honest, that grabs me. I mean, it's all quite sort of drab-looking, serious games, Yeah. What about you? There's Resident Evil 9. Is that?
I was going to say I was quite interested in Resident Evil 9. I haven't played the last couple of Resident Evil games, to be honest with you. But Resident Evil 9, because it's like a return to Raccoon City after.
Okay.
Because Raccoon City was destroyed at the end of Resident Evil 3, so it's nice it's quite a cool idea to go back into the ruins of that and see like all the old locations from the PS1 and PS2 games.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
That'd be quite interesting. So I'm interested in that. That'd be quite good. There's a new Mortal Kombat retro collection being done by Digital Eclipse.
I didn't see that. That's quite cool.
Yeah, so that's quite cool. And it looks like they're giving it like I can't remember what they call it. Is it their Masterworks series or something? I can't remember what they call it now. But it's like they did a Tetris collection where it's like all the Tetris games, but you get like a load of documentaries and stuff around it.
Okay, cool.
And they did it with at the Atari 50th collection. Yeah, I can't remember the exact titles of it, but they bundle all these sort of games together, but they put it in like a timeline of
Yes, I
the.
know. I know the. I've seen the Atari one. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's quite. That's quite nice, isn't it? Really
it's really
nice.
nice. And then like along each side game, they got like all supplemental materials about how the game was made, interviews and documentary bits that all tie it all together really nicely. So you get like lots of historical context of how all the games came about. It looks like they're doing the same sort of thing with the original Mortal Kombat games. So you get the a nice new updated port of the game for modern systems, and you get like lots of documentaries about the making of as well. So I'll definitely pick that up when that comes out.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's taken them this long to do any sort of Mortal Kombat collection.
They did one a few years ago, but it wasn't. I think a few years ago. It's probably like 2007 or 8 now.
Yes, probably yes.
Yeah, but it was a Xbox Live Arcade, so yeah, that shows you how long it was.
Oh, there you go. That was quite a while ago. Yeah,
But it wasn't very good. It was very poorly done. There's an episode. I don't know if you ever watched the series. What Happened on YouTube by Matt McMuscles.
No.
I think you'd enjoy them. They're really good. He like looks at it's like usually about a 20 or 30-minute episode, and it's just a real deep dive into famous or infamous games. So
Oh right, yeah.
and he did an episode all about Mortal Kombat and all the drama and behind the scenes stuff of trying to get a re-release or an update of the original trilogy, and
Yeah.
all the sort of backroom trouble and development trouble that they've had getting it. So it looks like finally they've overcome all the issues they've had.
Okay,
They've
interesting.
managed to get a good one together. So yeah, I think that'd be quite good.
Okay.
But looking at the rest of them, I'm looking at a list here. I don't really know half of these, to be honest.
That's the thing. They're sort of they're sort of there, and you think I've literally never heard of this game or the
No.
series that it's in.
No, I'm looking on Wikipedia. I'm just looking at the ones that highlighted in blue, so they're well known enough to get a Wikipedia page about them.
Yeah.
Arc Raiders, never heard of it.
No.
Wuthering
Oh, is that like
Waves.
Ark? Those dinosaur games. Is that it? Those ones? Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they're called Ark, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether
It's like a
whether
couple of old people just.
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that game that we played once?
Well, what's that band you like? The Food Fighters? Wuthering Waves, never heard of it.
No.
Scum, never heard of it. Mind's Eye,
Oh,
never heard
Death
of it.
Stranding 2. You've heard of that, haven't you?
Oh, Death Stranding 2, yeah. I can't say I'm that excited about that. Death Stranding 1 was alright, but
Yeah. We wouldn't want to play another one.
I'm not. I'll play it eventually, but I'm not gonna. I'm not excited about it. I've got to be honest. Mecha Break. I've never heard that. Street Fighter 6, some new character DLC. Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
There's things, but I don't think we got anything to say about these things. So. Yeah, that's your just your full and thorough report of Summer Games Fest.
It's a real mystery why we're not a more popular podcast than
Yeah,
that.
well, it's scratching my head, quite frankly.
When
I don't know why they're not.
You get enthusiasm and deep analysis like that, and it's just a mystery why no one listens to us.
Why no one listens?
You play anything? Nah. Anything interesting at Summer Games Fest? Nah.
Nah.
Any incoming indies?
No.
Okay. So, how about that weather, eh?
Yeah. Oh, blimey.
Oh dear.
Right.
Right.
Let's take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about Thank Goodness You're Here, shall we?
Yeah, okay then. We've only been talking for 20 minutes, but yeah, okay.
Well, maybe they will go on and on for about this one for ages. Let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah. All right, let's find out in a minute. Bye.
What a beauty! Oh, I've never seen one as big as that before. What a whopping! It must be 18 inches long or more. It's such a lovely colour. It's nice and
Video Game Book Club.
This month we have been playing Thank Goodness You're Here. This is developed by Coal Supper, published by Panic Inc. It was released in August 2024 for Windows and Mac OS via Steam, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5 for about $15.99. So the creators described this game as a comedy slapformer set in the fictional northern English town of Barnsworth, in which you play as a small unnamed travelling salesman who is in town for a meeting with the mayor. While waiting for him to become available, you are encouraged to explore the town, helping out the residents with their increasingly bizarre predicaments. What did you think of this?
I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Oh, I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Did you?
Yeah.
It had its moments.
Oh, I loved it. I loved this game. I thought it was brilliant.
I like the humour. I like the sense of humour.
Yeah.
I think I wish there was a bit more actual gameplay.
Well, yeah, I would agree with that. It's a game that puts humour forefront. You know, I think I've never seen a game before that focuses so much on humour that it kind of almost ignores the gameplay to an extent. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like an interactive comedy cartoon in a way, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you'd really like it.
I'm not saying I didn't like it, but okay. I think because even when I bought it on Steam, because I think it's published by the same people as Untitled Goose Game,
yeah.
And even when you buy it on Steam, there was an option to have it bundled with Untitled Goose Game.
Yes.
I think that kind of put an expectation in my mind that it was going to be. I knew it was going to be a comedy game, but I thought it might have a similar gameplay to Untitled Goose Game, where you'd have a bit of, I don't know, a bit more interaction other than just kicking things, which is basically all you do.
Yeah. I was surprised that I kind of accepted that the interaction was at a minimum. I was kind of expecting more of a plot in the sense that it's sort of more of an overall arc to things, where it's really just like a series of funny stuff.
It is. It's just a series of surreal events.
But I do find that charming in the sense, in a way that they felt like they didn't have to have any sort of thrust towards the story, really. They just had like an idea to make a series of simple gags, some of which are absolutely hilarious and the rest are still funny anyway. So
I mean, I don't know, there was bits as well, like there's a fast food van parked up in town and all you can see is the bloke's arse as he's sort of leaned down, and you can smack him with like a spatula and it will pull the shutters down with a sign saying "Closed due to smacky bum bum." Which
I didn't even see that.
Oh, did you not see that? Oh. Well, you can do that, and like if you see him again later on and he's opened up again, you can do it again, and the third time he gets really annoyed and just shuts up for good. But I wanted it to be some kind of crescendo to it. I wanted it's like, oh, okay, smacky bum bum again. Oh, and the third smacky bum bum. No, and I was like, oh no, I wanted something. I wanted something to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, I can't believe you missed it. I can't believe you missed Smacky Bum Bum.
No, I must have missed that. Did you complete it? Because it's a very short game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it in one session.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, I did it in a few sort of short sessions. Other than those little sort of interactive things that you could miss, I think I would play this again, but further on down the road, in a few years.
Yeah, I'd have to forget a lot of it. I think if I played it again, I don't know if it would have straight away. I don't know if it would have the same impact.
no.
I'd have to try and forget some of the gags and things, and sort of get it fresh again.
I think so, but I think there's some that are just so like. Okay, my favorite. I'm going to tell you my favorite one. Okay. When you go, I'm just. Every time I think of it, I just laugh. When you go past the fence.
Do you know what? I knew you were going to say the sausage guy.
The guy who passes raw sausages through the hole in the fence.
How did I know you were going to say that?
Would you like a sausage? Oh no, it fell on the floor. Here, have another one. Oh no, it fell on the floor again.
And it's never explained why. You never see who it is.
No, you don't see who it is. You go back again, and he does it with 5 of them, I think.
Yeah.
And then again, I suppose a bit like what you were saying just now. He says, "Oh no, sorry, I don't have any more sausages now. I ran out." And I suppose there I was expecting something even funnier. But
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, there's a few instances of that where it builds up and builds up, and you're expecting some real nice punchline to it, and it just kind of stops, and you think, oh no.
Yes. That is true. I didn't really realise that at the time, but now that you point it out, I think that is kind of true. But I mean, let's talk more about there isn't much gameplay to talk about, but basically, you're this little guy, and I love the little guy. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because he's just this little squat yellow guy, sort of balding salesman, and he doesn't speak, and he's always got the same sort of quizzical expression on his face, regardless of the crazy stuff that's happening to him. And he's just really funny. Like he'll go through the whole game is separated into these different scenes that you can explore, and they sort of follow you through. So they all link together. They can go around in a loop, and sometimes they involve going down a manhole and going through an underground thing, or going down a chimney. It's a really sort of surreal thing.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And his scale changes all the time. He's always kind of a small guy, but sometimes he's small enough to walk on shelves, or be the same size as a rat. So it doesn't take itself too seriously at all. And then you'll sort of go through these things, and say he comes down out of a pipe, and he just the way he just sort of lands on the floor, and his face doesn't change, and he just lies there until you press the button to jump up. I just thought it's just found it absolutely hilarious, the way they did it. I chuckled throughout this whole game. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah. There isn't. I don't think there's any screen in the game where you won't find something to laugh at.
There's so much. There's gags crammed in everywhere, like in graffiti and little notes and things.
I noticed it's an extremely anti-Thatcher game.
Yeah, well, I think that's because it's so northern.
Yeah,
it was all based in the north. I think that's the part. That's part of their personality. That's part of their heritage, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
thing really. So you couldn't do a northern.
No, but it surprised me how how openly anti-Thatcherite it was. But
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
It's just very funny. I didn't expect it. In this game about a little yellow man going down tubes and baking giant pies and old women mistaking sausages for dogs and all kinds of things, to just have a little, every now and then, just a really poignant anti-Thatcher message scrawled on a wall, or something.
I can't say I noticed too many of them, to be honest. Maybe I'm not very
and there was
I probably saw one or two. But...
Yeah, graffiti on the wall, and there was jokes about milk snatcher, Thatcher milk snatcher.
Yeah,
there's quite a little bit in there, but I just didn't expect it. It's quite a bit of tonal whiplash.
I suppose so, but I think, as I say, it's just part. It's just part of their whole shtick, really, isn't it? Yeah. I like the name of the shop, Price Shaggers. I like when you go up into the roof and find the rats. They've got their little rat village. Do you remember what the rats version of their shop is called?
Yeah. Oh no! I can't. I can't remember what it's called.
It's called Mice Shaggers.
Brilliant.
I like the man with the leaflets outside the town hall saying, who works for the BBA, bring back asbestos.
Oh yeah, the bring back asbestos guy.
It's fine.
Never did us any harm.
Does any harm in the 70s? I've just written down loads of things that I found funny, and I'm probably just going to go through them, to be honest, because that's the game. That's the game. It's just a series of funny things.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think it would be a great game to give someone who isn't really a gamer.
Yeah.
Because there's no challenge to it. It doesn't matter if they're bad at games; they can just sort of find their way through it. And particularly if they've got a sense of humour that matches. If you're into like the Mighty Boosh, Vic and Bob, Toast of London, I think the same sort of humour. You know, it's quite surreal, sort of, just really funny. You know. You still there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just listening to
your
analysis.
Basking in the. Okay. I think it doesn't quite. When you this is a technical point, but through Mumble, I don't always hear like if you say "oh yeah" or something like that. I might it doesn't always come through, whereas I hear it in the recording afterwards because that's the whole thing. But Mumble doesn't always send little noises that you might make, so it sounds like you've been quiet for a really long time sometimes.
You're sat there thinking, what's he doing? And then you listen to it back
after. He's just gone off to make a
like,
cup of tea. Well,
he was listening all the time. Oh,
he's there all along. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm listening. I'm giving little impress noises here and there.
Okay, you just need to make him a little bit louder so I can hear him.
I will do.
Or change your Mumble settings to broadcast everything, I suppose.
Okay.
Anyway, so Matt Berry is a voice in this, which I didn't realise until I saw his name in the credits.
I didn't realise that either, but I can't. Do you know what? I can't remember what character it was, but I heard someone. I was like, "That's got to be Matt Berry."
Yeah, well, that's what I because I didn't. It basically it's the guard Herbert the gardener is he might do more characters, but that's the one I know he does because I looked it up. But I spent the whole game thinking they should have got Matt Berry to do this. His voice is perfect for just popping in, and it was in there. But I think because he's not doing his full on like Toast of London style voice.
No.
It's quite subtle.
I can't remember if it was the gardener that I mean, if he played him, definitely, then it might have been him. But there was definitely a character, and when he was speaking, I was like, it was just like, is that Matt Berry?
Yeah.
It sounds. If it's not, it's someone doing a Matt Berry impression.
That's what I thought. Yeah. It
know?
does sound a bit like someone doing Matt Berry, but apparently it's him.
I didn't realise that.
I like the World War II man. When you go through his house repeatedly,
yeah.
And every time he go through the chimney, and he just covers his entire room in soot with all his different World War II memorabilia, and he just gets increasingly annoyed.
Yeah,
and it's the last time he's just finished sweeping it up, and he sits down. He keeps expecting you to come in, and it's just there for ages, and he's just reading the paper, and then you suddenly come in, and it's just the comedy timing is brilliant in this game.
It is, yeah.
I like the whole backstory for Rog the greengrocer. With the massive head.
The massive head.
He's found in the greengrocer just throwing fruit at people. And it's because someone commented on the size of his head. And it turns out through a whole
flashback sequence, yeah.
Of like all these people making fun of it. I felt really sorry for him. Like all these kids making fun of his massive head. His wife leaves him because she just can't stand his massive head anymore.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that. Like the scene, it shows him in the baby ward, and they're all in the incubators. He's just there with this massive head.
And then towards the end, they're all in the pub, and they're all consoling him, and he's saying nice things about him. And then Herbert the greengrocer is there, and he says, "It really is a fucking massive head." There's so many things. There are so many. I don't want to ruin too many of them, to be honest. But there are. They're just. I love this game. I thought it was brilliant. I think it could have been done with a bit more, but To be fair, what's in there
what I
that
mean.
they've
Like I say, I liked it, but the only thing that stopped me loving it is the lack of actual. I wish there was more to do with the game. I love the
yeah.
humor, I love the characters, I like the setting, but I just wanted there to be a bit more game to it rather than just kicking everything.
There was one point where I thought it was going to be. It's when the pie maker makes the massive pie that fills up his entire shop.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole game, there's this split in the town between people who like small pies and people who like big pies. And the small pies are all made by Tiny Tom, the tiny pie maker. And he's watching the news report with this massive pie on. You just see him there looking really, really angry. And I thought, this is the start of the arc that goes across the whole story. He's going to be the bad guy, and you've got to stop him. But no, you never see him again.
Never see him again.
That's just a one-off throwaway gag that you never see again. And there is that scene where there's a daughter brings back her boyfriend to her family, and they get in an argument. They get in an argument because that's a big pie family, no, a small pie family, and he expected a big pie, and he makes a comment about it, and the dad just completely loses it with him. Oh, is there anything else funny that you could think of?
I mean, you covered most of it. It's all little gags. It's like the fishmonger where you got to put the cigarettes in all the fish's mouth.
Yeah.
There's just the Scottish handyman. And he lost all his tools. You have to find the tools for him.
Yeah.
Just nothing particular, but just his whole character, and he just pops up when you eventually find someone who's got his tool. There's like someone who's using I can't remember,
his screwdriver,
or his hammer for fishing or something.
Yeah, you got to go on this elaborate journey to find a screwdriver, and it's just in a weird place. I can't remember where it is, but it's in like a weird place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and then at the end he sends you off to find he sends you on a fool's errand to find
bubbles,
spirit level bubbles.
Spirit level. Yeah. And you go to the back of the shop and they're there just
they're
floating.
Actually there. Yeah, the shopkeepers, the girl's like, they're all in the back, and she opens it.
She's in on it. Yeah, he phones her up and she's in on it. And then she opens the door and they're actually there, and he just tries to kind of catch him with a net. Yeah, like it's got sort of mini games in it like that, but they're not, because I was expecting it to be like, I think I said last time, like an Incredible Crisis kind of thing, but it's not really. They're sort of just integrated into the gameplay. You literally just go into it, and it's not like a title for it. There's not like a score at the end. You just do it for a bit, and then you just move to the next thing. So it's probably a little bit more like WarioWare in a sense, but not frantic. Not
as frantic, but yeah.
I think I've got more funny bits here to say, but I almost don't want to say them because I don't want to ruin it all, because they're just so funny when you encounter them.
The pigeon guy, he was a good one.
Oh, I don't
know if he's like a captain or an admiral or something.
Admiral Bean Tin, I think.
Admiral Bean Tin.
He's just a crazy guy that lives deep within the dumpster, and you can go in there, and it's like a whole massive room in there. And he sits on the toilet, and you got to get all his birds back, and then he flushes the toilet, and the door opens.
Yeah, it's a very peculiar game.
It's a very, very strange game. The whole point is you're waiting to meet this mayor of the town, and you can wait. Apparently, you can just wait outside his office for 15 minutes, and he'll let you in, and that will end the game.
Really?
Apparently so. Yeah, according to Wikipedia. Yes.
Oh, brilliant! I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best way to play the game, but a second playthrough, you might do that and just leave it there and see what happens.
I think we might have talked about this like ages ago on like a previous podcast. But one of the Far Cry games does that.
Really?
the bad guy of the Far Cry game, whichever one it is, 4, it's not 5, it's one of them. I think it's Far Cry 4, and apparently he takes you into this room, and there's like a big table laid out with food and stuff on it, and he gives you this great monologue setting up himself as the evil villain for the game, and he gets called away, and he says, just stay put. and this whatever's going on, it's got nothing to do with you. Wait for me here, and then you can go home. And if you just sit there and wait, after about 10 or 15 minutes, he comes back and he does let you go, and the game finishes.
There's something else like that, but I can't think what it is now. I'm sure there's another game that does something similar. But it's a funny
I like
idea,
that though. It's a nice idea, yeah.
Yeah, let's just put this in and see if anyone does it.
See if anyone actually does it.
I'll just wait there then. It's the waiting simulation. Yeah. It's too good to ruin anymore, really. So I think perhaps we'll stop there. But I think I'd recommend it. I really would. I mean, know what you're getting into. It's a short game. There's not much more to do after, but go around and slap everything and just find all these random things and sort of. It's a 2 to 3 hour game. I think I spent about 3 hours on it.
I can say I think it's about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend it, but my only caveat would be, don't expect much, like gameplay wise. Just treat it as a fun little surreal, like you say, an interactive cartoon.
If you've laughed at any of the things we talked about, I think you'll love it.
Yeah.
Basically, if this is your sort of humour, then it's well worth playing.
Yeah.
Get your head down, lad. He's gone bonkers. Rog, relax yourself. You're making a mess of the place.
Get out!
What the devil's gone into you, man? I never even mentioned your massive head.
Yeah, it isn't massive.
Crying out loud, Rog. There's no shame in it.
Oh, what?
He's gone as mad as a magpie on a Monday morning.
I'm sorry, Mr. Peelings. We did everything we could.
Roses are red, violets are blue, Roger's got a big head and he's a massive bellend.
Hurry up, Peelings, that pool isn't going to pay itself.
Peas. Not quite peas. Not quite beans. But something special.
Never mind them, love. I like it. I can't keep pretending anymore, Roger. It's just too big.
Ooh. It's just too big. Too big.
That won't fit.
No.
Extra large.
Too big. This is a family restaurant. Too big. Too big.
It's just
too big. Too big. Too big. Too big. Just be fair.
Right then, Rog. I'll see you next week.
Okay, what will we play next month then?
I think I want to go for a double. I want to go for a double, a compare and contrast.
Okay, cool. We have a double on almost every series, or a triple.
Yeah.
There's one episode where we do multiple games, and this is going to be this year's one.
Yeah, I would like to do a compare and contrast. So,
okay.
I want to do Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Oh yes, okay.
And I want to compare the Mega Drive version with the arcade version.
Yeah, that's a great choice. Yes. Very different, aren't they?
Yeah, they are very different, and they both got their pros and cons. So I think it would be interesting to do that. So I think I'd like to give that a try. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare in terms of the copyright music for
Oh, don't worry about that. It hasn't stopped me so far. They keep trying to, but I keep batting them away.
Yeah. But if you're up for that, if you want to do a little compare and contrast, I think
that'd be lovely. Yes,
get some good gameplay out of that.
Yes, that's lovely. I played the Mega Drive one on my Raspberry Pi many years ago, about 10 years ago now, nearly 9 years ago, and Abby was watching it with me, and we just found it hilarious because it's just unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah.
There's quite a few things that are really funny about it.
Yeah, there is. We'll obviously talk about it, but have you played the arcade one as well?
I played it a little bit, yes. Yeah. Yes. So that's a bit crazy as well, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just a bit... When you get a special move, it makes everyone dance, and there's a bit. I think one of the levels, there's some like dogs attacking you, and the dogs are dancing as well. I love it.
Yeah, it's based on a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That'll be fun. That's another fun one.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. In the meantime, you can talk to us on Twitter and Blue Sky. We are at Podemup. You can find our little website on podemup.com and podemup.live, your choice. And you can email us mail@podemup.live. Yeah, so I think we've run out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
And we've not even hit 50 minutes yet, so that's the short one. It's a short one.
It is a short one.
Any tangents you can think of? Anything at all?
Did you finish Cassette Beasts?
No, I haven't finished it yet. No, I haven't played it at all since the last episode, I'm afraid. But no, so that's out.
No, I got nothing.
No. Oh no, terrible.
No. What happened to that Jurassic Park game? Weren't they supposed to be the Jurassic Park game?
What, like an action one?
Yeah, like I
can't remember.
Jurassic Park game.
I did like the look of that new James Bond game. That looks quite good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. That's by IO Interactive, who do the Hitman games.
Yes, it did look similar. Yeah, yeah, that looks quite nice. Yeah,
it does. Yeah, I think their version of James Bond. I don't know if you remember the old cartoon James Bond Jr. But he looks like James Bond Jr., which I don't. I'm not a fan of that so much. But I think James Bond should look a little bit,
I think he's supposed. This is a young Bond, isn't it? This is like when he's sort of starting out. I think.
Yeah,
I
suppose. Yeah, but no, I mean, I think they're the right developer to do it. If they can, if it's just Hitman with a James Bond skin, I think it's going to be a great game. So. Yeah. I'm quite excited for that. I'll give that a try.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park Survival. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it does ring a bell.
First-person action. Wish list now, but I don't think there's been anything about any updates on it for ages. So I don't know what's going on with that one.
No.
Planned release date to be announced. So.
That maybe that'll pop up again eventually, probably.
No, I think that's it. Got nothing.
I think that's it. Okay. Well, I'll put a bit of music in. It'll pad it out a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the show. I have. I thought that was. I found just talking about it just really, really funny.
Yeah.
So
I liked it.
That's maybe life. Yes. Okay. So we'll catch you next time for a bit of MJ, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do-do-do-do.